Paul. The impact of domestic violence on health, not all danger results in death. These statistics regarding the prevalence and severity of intimate partner violence vary greatly, depending on the survey type, date, and subjects. Now, in 1996, the National Violence Against Women Survey revealed that approximately 2 million women were physically assaulted, stalked, or raped by an intimate partner annually in the United States. With an estimated 5.3 million victimizations occurring among U.S. women annually. Now, the most recent data collected in 2010, yes, that 1 in 3 women in the United States will experience intimate partner violence, sexual assault, or stalking within their lifetime. An estimated 5.9% of women in the United States, almost 7 million women, reported an experience of rape, physical violence, or sexual violence within the past year. Additionally, an estimated 5.7 million men reported experiencing these forms of violence by an intimate partner. Now, I know it's difficult to believe this, but as an intimate partner, I'm one of those men. Paul. See, the suggestion of having sexual intercourse, you don't throw your pussy open and say, that's all I care about. We had 5 sons together. Oh, it was 4 sons at that time, yes. And you don't take your sons, and decide to say, well, he made me move across the world, and then he wouldn't let me use the telephone because I did, and he wouldn't keep you, Now, I know when we think about men, and was I sexually assaulted? I was. See, I don't have sex with women that don't want to have an orgasm. And I don't manipulate or intimidate because I don't need to. And I've been through enough personal life experience by the time I was 40 years old that going through a credit crisis, yes, purchasing a house for a non-biological stepdaughter because the only reason we moved there was Jessica, yes, and then trying to start a business, both complete IRA and talking to mortgage loan officers, as well as being a commodity trading advisor and experiencing the credit crisis. When the door opened for us to go to Guam, I thought it was a lot better deal because they were going to spend $15 billion doing a marine buildup. Now, when I was a life insurance salesman and a stockbroker and a commodity trading advisor and a mortgage loan officer, I made sure that we had somebody there to meet us at the airport because my wife was 7 months pregnant. I made sure that we had enough money to live so that we could get approved for the homeless prevention and relocation program. Yes, I made sure that my family was not in any way discomforted by the move or the whole experience of living someplace else. Now, I know a lot of women get upset about having to live in a homeless shelter, but I did every day. I had approximately 5 or 6 different realtors, and I looked at over 20 different places. And if I look at all the different applications for homeless prevention relocation program, see, the problem is that the Navy has a big presence on Guam. Yes, as does the Air Force, and with the Marine buildup, there probably were a few Marines. They would actually pay more for a rental property than welfare would. Pooch! Because the schedule for the actual payments of the 6 months of homeless prevention, yes, was decided in San Francisco. I myself had went to the director of HUD there on Guam. Yes, had a talk with him. I said, listen, the housing we need as a family because we have 6 kids, the military pays approximately $500 more a month than the housing relocation and prevention program that was being offered through HUD. Yes. And I'm having some frustrations with realtors because I know that we actually have the requirements. See, once Catholic Social Services had their fire and burnt up all of our information, yes, and we ended up in the Guma, San Jose, yeah, I went to the Salvation Army on Guam. Maybe you remember that. And there were 2 social services that administered HUD funds. Yes. Well, I did very diligently every day try to find work and a place to live. Yes. And Heidi was there in the homeless shelter doing her homeless schooling. Maybe CPS remembers that visitation where I have a recording on it on one of my drives. Yes! Now, you have to understand that during a credit crisis, because I bought a house in Vancouver, because I was supportive of a blind, non biological child, yes, and I was supporting my family. Pooch, seemed like somebody thought it was funny that the military pays $500 more a month than HUD does. And as much as I wanted San Francisco, Pooch, why don't you contact San Francisco? I did email HUD. Ouch! Ouch! Now, I know this whole concept of violating the rights of American citizens, the housing and urban development. Wait! I just want to know, could you get me the HPRP actual forms that we filled out for the Salvation Army and for Catholic Social Services? Yes, you could. Now, I can prove that I was not physically violent with my wife. Yes, I was not sexually coercive. Yeah, you know, get me HUD. Every employee. All Section 8 properties, and then this concept of, well, living on a United States territory, okay. How many of those men and women in uniform that were stationed there, yes, did realize that the United States federal government pays